Well, today is a new day. So I learned something new. When you make yourself public, you open yourself up to criticism, and that's not a bad thing. Um, and I find it helpful to have reminders. So I got a couple reminders based on something I said the other day. Um, One person reminded me to be careful with my language, to remember, even in the thick of things, when you're feeling the challenge, what you speak has power. Words have power. So that's something that is, I do believe, and it's helpful to have that reminder. The second reminder I got is that I'm not the only one going through this. So you're not alone. And that's a really helpful reminder. I think sometimes being at home, staying home, and also moving often, as a military spouse, you can feel isolated, but I am not alone and my words have power, and those are some things that I'll be mindful of. So today is a new day. Now, today has been a pretty good day. Yes, I've been up since 4:45, 4:30 this morning, with my little one. But my oldest started her swim lessons today. She's doing the infant safety rescue, and it went really well. She did cry. She just got in the pool, got introduced to the instructor, but it was really great to see, and it just affirms the choice that I made to put my daughter in the infant safety rescue versus a different type of swim lesson. So, quick introduction, super quick lesson, but it went really well, and I'm super excited to see how she continues to progress and gain confidence in the water and ultimately just be safe. We live around water. We have a lake thing in our neighborhood, and there's the beach not far away, and there's canals and all these different bodies of water. And so her safety is first and foremost, and making sure she has the aquatic tools to manage if she does happen to fall in the water. I was actually reading the ISR handbook for parents, and it really resonated with me and made me, again, affirm my choice to put her in the lessons, because just talking about the accidents that do happen. Not all accidents regarding water end in death, but unfortunately sometimes they do. So if I can equip my daughter with the things she needs to be able to manage a mishap or accident, then that's what I'm going to do. So that's Infant Safety Rescue, and I think their website is Infant Swim. If you're interested in looking more into that type of lessons, they have instructors all over, and it's going great so far. I'll talk about it on day 5 to see. It is a 5-week program every single day, so that's pretty intense, but we're navigating that. We're figuring it out. I think the biggest thing for me was honestly the logistics of getting out of the door. So I had everything packed up for the night before, all the towels and a change of clothes. I packed extra snacks in case she was hungry after, swimming for a little bit. And I didn't calculate that I would need to breastfeed my son before leaving the house. So he's screaming, well, not screaming hungry, but he's kind of pawing at me, and I'm like, oh crap, we need to leave now, and you're hungry. So I fed him really fast, and then he falls asleep in the car seat, and which is something I anticipated, but we were definitely cutting it close to get there to our lesson on time. So I have to rethink and add in a couple factors to my preparation for getting ready and being there on time, because I don't want to be that person who's always arriving at the final hour. That's usually not how I am. So, and then she felt good enough to have a park day after. So we went to the park, hung out with friends. I actually met another Coast Guard family there, which is super exciting. There are not many of us in this part of Miami, and so it was nice to run into someone at a park that we go to frequently. And I've actually seen her there before, but we've never chatted. So today we chatted and found out that our spouses work in the same office. So that's really cool. And let's see. Now Whole30, that's another thing that's going well. We are officially in week 2 of Whole30, day 8. We made it through week 1. And after going through the first week and using their meal planning template, I feel a lot more confident in meal planning myself. Before I started Whole30, I always kind of generally thought about what we were having for dinner. So when I went to the grocery store, I could pick up the correct things. But when you're planning and you have so many food restrictions, you really have to get specific. So my meal plan looks like what is meal 1, 2, and 3 for the day. We don't include snacks. They don't encourage snacking on the program. But I did that meal plan on Saturday, went shopping on Saturday night, kid-free. That was best time to shop. And also there's not a lot of people there. So when I have that cart full of groceries and it takes me 20 minutes to check out, nobody's tapping their foot behind me as I go through the checkout line with my week's worth of groceries. But that said, just having that plan and knowing exactly what I'm eating for all 3 meals, it feels really nice. I think too often I get to lunchtime, or not so much dinner time, but lunch and breakfast, and it's like, okay, well, what do we throw together? What do we have? But having that planned out gives me a sense of empowerment, and also is really important, I think, to sticking on plan and making sure that I reach my goal of completing the Whole30. The Whole30 in 30 days. I don't want to have to restart. No, thank you. That doesn't sound like fun to me. I also have a favorite recipe from last week. The pimiento, actually, no, not pimiento. They're stuffed peppers were a huge hit. It's ground beef or whatever. You can do ground bison, ground lamb, a red meat, onions, a green of your choice. I used kale, butternut squash. I also threw in some mushrooms in there, all diced really small. Bake the peppers, saute the meat and veggies, stuff them in there, bake them again till they're good to go. And that was a huge hit. For my daughter, I just served her the basically sauteed meat and veggies, and she actually ate all the veggies. Also the sweet thing that came out of it, I was preparing dinner and my husband asked her if she wants to go outside to the park. She's like, no, I want to cook with mommy. And she waited patiently while I finished prepping the things. I don't love having her assist when I'm chopping vegetables. We don't have any kid-friendly knives. That's something that I will probably invest in now that she's getting a little older, but I don't have that right now, and I just want her to be safe. But she did help me add everything to the pan and stir everything. So it was great to see her involved in the process of preparing a nutritious meal, and then at the end actually enjoy that meal and eat all the veggies that were diced up in there. Granted, they're diced up small. I don't know if it would have been as successful had the mushrooms and the butternut squash been bigger sizes, because I've definitely had her try butternut squash before and she tried it and spit it right up. So props to her for often trying things when we offer her something new. But she definitely ate it all. And then I had a small side of rice because I'm not cutting out grains for her. Now, my son, who's the 8-month-old, he lost his mind. He was so excited about this, and it's really happy to see him enjoy food because food has been a relative struggle for him. He has several allergies, even at just 8 months, so he can't do dairy, peanuts, or eggs. Hopefully he'll grow out of the egg allergy, but he loved the meat, and I actually mashed it up with some avocado, so it had a little more bulk to it. So he had all his veggies and protein, healthy fat, all in one meal, and he was basically fighting me for the spoon every single time I scooped him up some. And my husband also loved it. He ate my second pepper, which is fine. He asked me if he could have it, but it really makes me happy when my family enjoys the food that I prepare for them, because I do work hard and I do put a lot of thought into it. So when something is a hit, that is just a good feeling. So looking forward to the rest of this week, doing more things with Whole30. There are a couple recipes that I'm changing up from the plan that I had last week. I am going to try some new things out this week instead of just doing the same thing over again. And it sounds like I may have to cut this video short because little one just woke up from his nap. But yeah, that's the update. Some happy things, some exciting things going on, and just feeling a little more upbeat today, even though I had not a lot of sleep. And again, thank you for those reminders. Your words have power, and you're not alone.